quarterback questions we've been talking about for the last several weeks. Ben Roethlisberger. It's been announced by the team itself that they have signed him to a one-year contract extension, a new deal for just this upcoming season. You may recall that they've been asking him to restructure his deal to give Pittsburgh some more flexibility. Would have been a cap hit of over $41 million. So we don't know the dollars yet. But again, Ben Roethlisberger agreeing to change up that deal a little bit, signing him to a one-year deal for this upcoming season. Remember the Steelers themselves this past season, they made the playoffs last season, but not Ben Roethlisberger. He did not have his best year. In fact, far from it when you look at his numbers. His 6.3 yards per pass attempt, his worst as a full-time starter. Same with 7 air yards per attempt, not throwing the ball downfield very often. And all told, his total QBR was just 60, and that was the worst for him since 2013. Ben Roethlisberger, he turned 39 years old just 2 days ago after 17 seasons in the league. Again, the cap space the Steelers needed. Looks like they're getting it. We don't have the final numbers yet, but we can tell you this. Big Ben coming back to the Steel City for at least one more year. Steelers reporter Brooke Pryor. Brooke, what other details can you give us about the new deal for Big Ben?
Well, Sage, happy birthday to Ben Roethlisberger. He turned 39 years old 2 days ago, gets a new deal today. And right now, we don't know the full terms of this contract. The release just said that they have signed him to a new contract to bring him back for the 2021 season. We don't know if this is a one-year deal or if it's something where he got a restructure, an extension with voidable years on the back end. But we do know the most that this can reduce his cap hit is by he will count against the cap at least $22.5 million next year. That was the dead cap being carried over to this season. He could play for the vet minimum. He could have restructured for a cap hit of around $27 million, but we don't know those terms quite yet. But one thing is sure, Ben Roethlisberger will be back in a Steelers uniform for 2021.
So still a significant cap relief for the Steelers, no matter what this ends up being, but probably you said maybe half. What does it do overall for them, Brooke? Because we saw Ben mention it in the statement that was just released, that he's trying to, help bring other talent back to this team. Where does the team stand on that as they look to bring back some other key free agents?
Well, at this point, the Steelers still have 19 unrestricted free agents, and these are guys that are going to fetch a pretty high price tag on the open market. Guys like wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster, linebacker Bud Dupree. At this point, even though Ben is reducing his salary by about half, as far as we know, it's still going to be really impossible for them to bring any of those guys back. So the Steelers are still going to have to be bargain hunting to surround Ben Roethlisberger with some talent for the upcoming season.
And again, that last game for the Steelers probably still stings, losing to the Browns in the playoffs, the Browns of all people. But again, 39-year-old Ben Roethlisberger coming back for an 18th season, and 2021, just the one-year deal.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.